Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's Local Chat, episode, 238? I don't even have the notes open.
I think you're right. I think we're close to 250.
Notes open. God damn.
Odd.
Have you noticed, folks, I don't know what that was. In Google, for some reason in Google Drive, when I right click on something and I go to file information and then show file location, it no longer lets me click that button for subpixel stuff. And I don't know if that's because it's a separate drive now, but God,
I don't think it's that. It's just, I hate to jump on the bandwagon, but I'm going to invent a term right now. It's called in-shitification. And it means that things are getting worse. I know. Damn. I just thought of it. And it's true, especially with fucking Google and Microsoft, where it's just every time they make a change, they have somehow decided to make it worse. The other day I installed an application and then I was like, oh, I need to launch that application. And to be clear, I fully installed the application. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I can't remember what it's called, but it starts with a V. And I hit the start menu button and it has a search bar, right? And I typed in V. And it just started searching the internet, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So then I tried to find in the start menu an old version of just the list. Here's all your programs in alphabetical order, but it doesn't do that anymore. Now it auto categorizes and it's here's your entertainment. Here's your multimedia folder. And I'm like, no, I know it starts with a V, just show me an alphabetical fucking list of all my applications installed. And I could not get there. And just to piggyback on this, there was another thing that happened the other day where in the start menu, I knew the name of the application and I pressed the Windows key to pop the start menu. I typed in the name of the application and the first result was a Google search for that application. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? This application is installed. I know the exact name. I can see it in the start menu. But if I search for it, you give me a fucking search result. There was someone who
posted on social media hey, Windows, when I search a thing and I have the thing installed, make that thing the first result.
Yes.
It's just
100%.
I haven't done it on this Windows 11 build, but on 10 I had done one of those registry edits to remove Google searches or internet searches from the start menu.
So I had done that, but I guess at some point in one of the updates, it brought it back. Yeah. I don't mean to segue too much, but I need to say something.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to do this, but it's a demon that I've been fighting for about a week now, which is
constipation.
I kind of want to buy a MacBook Neo. Have you seen these MacBook Neos, folks?
Those are the little Playtime ones, right? That they came out with recently.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's $599. It's a 13-inch laptop, but it's running an A18 chip, which is their iPhone chips, which are ARM, and it only has 8 gigabytes of system RAM. But the thing is, between the ARM chip and Mac OS optimizations now, people are doing these tests where they're like, hey, I'm going to my applications folder and I'm launching every application at the same time, and the computer still works perfectly fine. And by the way, I can edit 4K video on this and I get 14 hours of battery life. And I'm like, I don't need a laptop, but having something that works and is so well optimized, and I'm not a Mac person, I don't like Macs, but things have gotten so bad that I'm like, man, if I ever have to buy a laptop again, which I don't need a laptop right now, but if I have to, I'm like, I'm going to buy a fucking MacBook. There's no reason for me to do a Windows or an x86. I should be going after these ARM processors. And I was looking at used M3 MacBooks and stuff. And I was like, I don't need to do this, but what if I fucking did? Because it just sounds so much better.
I had to edit when we were at PAX, we saw that a Nemo game. And so I had to edit those posts while we were out there. And it's a MacBook Pro from 2018 or 2019. And I swear Premiere Pro runs better on that thing than my big baby 100%. Boy. It's so nice. It's
iTunes. It's part of it. I think part of it is the Mac. It's the trade-off you get with Mac, right? Which is that it's a very lockdown system, and it's 1 to 2 specs, which means it's very easy for them to target performance because they only have a handful of hardware specs. But the other thing is that I think it's a little bit of the iTunes thing. Like, do you remember you talked about this recently? iTunes on Windows runs like absolute dog shit. It always has. Not that I still use it, but it always will. And it's because Apple had no incentive to make it run well on the Windows. And I feel like there's a little bit of that with Adobe, where like I guarantee a majority of Adobe people are on a Mac and Windows is the secondary. And it's not that it runs trash on Windows, but I guarantee you they always focus on making it run really well on a Mac before they do on a Windows.
1,000%. And I wish I was as versed in a Mac as I am in Windows, because even like I'm like, I hit the like, what is it, the command key or the whatever key, and I'm like,
command.
How? I was just like, Karen, like, how do I get the like fucking Windows search? Like, how do I find an application on this? And the stupid like Launchpad thing and all that, it annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But it's a good like laptop to have, and even I have like a 2013 MacBook 13-inch that still runs pretty great. So
yeah,
it's nice. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's just, man, we had no intention of. Do you want to hear my dog story? Let's segue into the dog story.
Yes, dog story time.
I can't believe I haven't told this on stream yet, but this is a quick dog story. This is also a quick Maggie story because it's kind of related.
2 for 1.
A couple years ago, Maggie's a nurse practitioner, but she was specifically doing house calls. So she worked for a company where she was doing like 15 to 20 house calls per day. So these are people who can't leave the house for whatever reason, and she would have to go do the visit there. So one day she comes home from work and she's like, there's a dog in the garage. I'm like, what do you mean there's a dog in the garage? And she's like, one of my patients was having heart palpitations and I needed them to go to the ER, but they said they can't go to the ER because they have a dog and nobody can watch their dog. So now I'm watching their dog. And I was like, Maggie, we have a cat. We have the cats. Cats don't like dogs, so you can't have a dog here. We know this. And she's like, yeah, that's why it's in the garage. I'm like, Maggie, it's 100 degrees outside. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, also, it's a patient's dog. Like, you have clearly crossed like the personal professional boundary of just being like, oh, I'll take care of your dog, my patient. And she's like, yeah, but she had to go to the hospital. I was like, I understand. But so long story short, we had this dog for like 2 days in the garage. And she was like running out there and taking care of it for the weekend. Problem is, she gets a call the next day from her boss while we still have the dog, because we have the dog for like 3 days. So on the second day, she gets a call from her boss. Her boss is like, hey, do you have this dog? She's like, yeah, I have the dog. And she goes, oh, I just got a call from the police. The owner said that you stole the dog. She's like, what? She goes, yeah, the owner like woke up in the hospital and was like, my nurse practitioner stole my dog. So then Maggie had to talk to the police and be like, no, here's what happened. And the police were like, what? She's like, yeah, I couldn't get her to the hospital unless somebody took care of her dog. So I took care of her dog. And they're like, and they like somehow negotiated and got it okay. And the lady got out of the hospital like the next day. And like Maggie went and the lady kept calling the police and being like, she took my dog. She took my dog. She took my dog. So Maggie like showed up and like gave the dog, and the police, I think, no, the police weren't there, but Maggie sent a picture to the police being like, I handed the dog back. Like, everything's okay now. And her boss was like, don't do that. But then her boss was also like, but you do dog sit. So now you can take care of my dog when I'm out of town. And I was just
no,
it's like, Maggie, you fucked up in so many different ways. Like, we can't dog sit. You can't dog sit a patient's dog. You have to get like clear permission, especially if it's a crazy patient that is going to call the cops on you. And now we have to dog sit for your fucking boss when we can't dog sit. See, problem number one.
It's such a like, it's so funny too, because like from the other lady's perspective, I can see her like crazy lady Facebook rant. My nurse practitioner stole my dog. Like this crazy boy, like just like CCTV camera footage.
That was wild.
Speaking of wild, I went to PAX East over the weekend. It was a good time. I skeeted about this, but on Wednesday of last week, I fell down my stairs. Which was
I did see that, but how much was it actually a fall, or was it just a fell down my stairs again type of thing? I couldn't tell if it was serious or a joke, you know.
I slipped and bounced my butt and back down the entire half flight of stairs.
Around the
corner. No, it was that second half of stairs. I threw my laptop which still worked perfectly fine for PAX East. Threw all my stuff.
That's great.
Bruised my tailbone pretty bad. It still hurts to sit. I had a huge bruise on my back. You can still kind of see all the coloration on here. My laptop sliced my finger open.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm still in pain. I got a big bump on my back still that I hope goes away. PAX East was interesting. Everyone helped out. My favorite part of it was I sat for Jan's panel on Thursday, and the like seats are reclinable, like those little like not stadium seats, but the chairs they have in the PAX thing. They like do a little recline thing. So I sit down, and of course, like with a bruised tailbone, like you can kind of sit forward or you can lean back, but like sitting up straight hurts.
Yeah.
So it leaned back on me. So the panel ends, and I go, Dan, can you help me up? I can't get up. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot. And he like gets up and helps me out of the chair. And so it was nice. Everyone kept being like, are you okay? And all that. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like I can walk around and stuff. It's just getting up, and
that's funny.
Is the worst. Yeah, it was genuinely really funny.
I'm trying to remember, your stairs are a little slippery, especially if you're in socks, right? Because it's like polished wood in a way.
My slippers that have rubber soles. Like I was in the least anti-slip situation. But yeah, now I've been doing the stairs, holding the railing and going extremely slow now. I hit a bunch of the stairs, and then I got up full of adrenaline and walked around my apartment, like stretching everything and making sure nothing was broken, and then laid on the couch as all the pain set in. And I was just like,
oh my God.
But yeah, so I'm doing better, thankfully. I feel like I keep having to bring it up to people because I keep like moving really slowly and being like, yeah,
because they won't pay attention to you otherwise.
yeah, I have to cut in with that. But yeah, PAX was super fun. I saw Zach from Save Data. He came to the
nice
panel at the Giant Bomb panel on Saturday. We saw each other quick. He had a bunch of appointments and everything, and I was super busy as well. It was kind of nice going there, like just myself. Like I didn't have to like. I was hanging out with the guys, but I didn't. No,
hey, fuck you.
Fuck up.
No, I'm kidding.
It would have been fine, but it's like not like I had Karen there to make sure she's good with stuff and all that sort of stuff. So it was fun hanging out with everyone, and we went to like the Twitch party, and we're up in like the VIP section, just being like, "Hey, there's a party," and like just I guess drinking a little bit.
No, I mean I get what you mean. There is something nice about just like a nice, solid, busy work trip, especially if you're remote working, because you're just like half of it is like hanging out with the people that you work with all the time, but you don't actually get to like see in person and hang out with. And then the other half of it is like, we're busy, but it's a good kind of busy. We're doing different stuff. I'm not sitting at my desk like I usually am. You know, a good busy work trip is fun.
It's getting to the point, like that's the thing about me. And I talked to Chuck about this occasionally. It's like, it's starting to send where it's like, maybe these people don't secretly hate me and talk about me behind my back. Maybe they do kind of like me. You know, you get that like set in of like, nobody likes me here. They're just using me. It's like, no, they're not. If they didn't like you, you wouldn't ever be in this situation. So it's a good time.
Right.
I did walking around with Sean for used games. I did get oh crap, you can't see them. Where are they? I'll grab those in a second. But I'm going to let you think on this. So when I bought my PlayStation 4 in like 2016, 2015, everyone knows this. It's a huge fact about me. I'm a huge fan of the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters game for GameCube.
Yeah.
It's super fun. So I bought a PS4 and I said, oh, there's a Godzilla game. I should buy that because I like Godzilla stuff. Ian,
that's the bad one.
I need you to think about how much this game is worth that I saw at a booth. It's kind of wild. I'm going to grab the other thing I bought.
Okay. It's Godzilla for PS4. It's a pretty small game. I think it was probably also, I mean, I'm sure it had a US release, but it was probably a very small US release, but Godzilla is popular. So PS4 was only one gen ago. So I'm going to say I think my final guess is going to be $125.
$300.
Oh my God.
Apparently it was a fairly limited run of this game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, for the US. Yeah.
So they had one out like this with a little sticker that said 300 behind glass, and then they had a sealed, rated like 9.7 copy of it.
Yeah.
And so I Googled it, and on eBay they like go up to like $600. I don't know if they've sold at that price, but
see now the problem is like you got to figure out when to get rid of that. Is it now, or you got to wait a little bit? You know, it's like just slight side story here. So I have an uncle. I have a great uncle. I barely see him, but the last time I saw him was like 10, 12 years ago. And I found out at the time that he does competitive Western shooting with like lever action and like Colt revolvers and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like a hobby of his. But anyways, one of the things he does is he buys those guns and he keeps the boxes and stuff like that. And he said he always thought it was dumb to keep the box, but he would keep them anyways. But one day their fridge broke and they needed a new fridge, and it was like $2,000 for a new fridge, and he sold like 4 boxes, not the guns themselves, just the boxes that these like Remington guns came in, and got enough money to buy a fridge. So that's your fridge right there. That's
my fridge.
Like I know you rent, but the next time you got a purchase you got to make, or you're like, man, I really want that camera, or hey, I want the Steam Deck too. Just sell your Godzilla, and there's your Steam Deck too. There's your Steam machine. I
couldn't believe it. And in my head the whole time I'm talking to, because Sean was the one telling me about it. It's like, yeah, it's pretty rare. Like they did a limited run of them, blah, blah, blah. And in my head I'm like, maybe it's not the one I own. Like maybe I own something else. But no, it's it. Yeah. So the other stuff I bought is I bought Super Star Wars in complete inbox and Super Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Infamously hard games. I owned this one as a kid, and you can't. I don't know if you can really tell. These boxes are in like incredible condition.
Very good. That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
I'm still looking them over because they like they're worn enough that I know they're old. But if you told me this was a reprint, I would 1,000% believe you. They're so well put together. It's wild, especially compared to I have like a Star Fox one that's in way worse condition,
like beat to shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those are my purchase. Oh, and the one other thing I bought is I'm not gonna go get it. There was a guy who was doing like light boxes, like 3D light boxes. And I was showing them to Dan because they had the Metal Gear Solid 1 main menu as like a 3D light box, and it looked really cool. And then I spy they have the Back to the Future time dial like number thing, and that looked really cool. But they also had like smaller versions of it, but the smaller versions of it were kind of lame. So long story short, I bought this huge version of the Back to the Future time dial thing for Karen for her PAX East thing, and also for her birthday coming up. And it looks really cool. Like I feel like a bit of the price was supporting this artist for sure. Yeah. But also because it's not like it's not as complicated as I thought it was, but it's still really neat and well put together. It makes me really want to build one like myself and like do like a metal, not a metal casing, but like 3D printed casing, put little time things in, set it all up. And because this is just LEDs behind some stuff, but
oh, that's right, because it's just cool. The Back to the Future one is just 7-segment displays, right, for the numbers.
Yeah, it's just the numbers.
Oh, and then those are.
It's literally
those are cheap.
Like label, that old style label thing I have where you like punch the letters in, and so
dude, you could totally, because I was looking at for my studio clock, I was looking at using 7-segment displays, but I ended up not doing it. But you can get those for like 10 cents each off AliExpress in bulk. Like you can just you can do that real cheap and then run them off on Arduino. And especially with vibe coding now, the Arduino code is so fucking easy because you don't even really have to code it. You just vibe code it. So you could totally do that.
I think it'd be cool. So I don't think I got anything else at PAX East. I got a Twitch pillow at the Twitch party. I was like, oh, cool. Twitch logo pillow. And I don't think nothing else really. Took a lot of for my back. I took a lot of photos. I got to get those. I got to finish out the roll, which
35 mil.
35 mil photos. Nice. I had my zoom lens, so I was taking a lot of stuff of them at the panel. I I need to finish out some of those rolls because so I can send them off. And it's funny, cars keep stopping in front of our apartment because the cherry trees are blooming out front, and admittedly looks really good. And I'm like, oh, I should go take photos of it. And then yesterday I couldn't, or 2 days ago I couldn't. It was great weather though. Yesterday it was raining. Today it's raining again. I'm like, God damn it! Because I was like, oh, let me get my macro lens out, and like, because there's bees and stuff. Like, I take picture of the bees. It's been raining, so I haven't done it yet. And then I'm talking so much now because I have like 0 games I played this week. But the other thing that came is my AYN Thor.
Nice.
That
that's a nice color. It's like a cream beige.
Yeah, it's a cream beige. I was scraping stuff on Emulation Station. I'm still setting it up. Admittedly,
I was going to ask, have you decided on your front end?
So Emulation Station, I think, is what I'm going to stick with. I need to do some more research. Russ from Retro Game Core, his AYN Thor stuff isn't as fleshed out as I would like it to be. His is like, here's how to do an Android-based one, and then here's how to do a dual-screen Android. It's not, here's how to do the AYN Thor. So I've been getting all my stuff and tinkering with it and getting it working, but... And admittedly, I don't know the Android stuff that well, so it's a little weird for navigation. It's not bad. It's just, like, interesting. Like, I don't immediately know shortcuts and stuff like that. But as far as
it's doubly hard on that because it's one of the problems with Androids is that we were just talking about how Macs have like a uniform ecosystem. The shortcuts will also change from manufacturer to manufacturer for Android because of the hardware, and some of them will have a back button, some of them will be a back swipe, things like that. And on this, it's harder because ideally you'd never want to touch the screen on those, but because it's Android, there's a lot of times where you're like, fuck, I have to touch the screen now. The top screen, that is. The bottom screen, I guess on that, you're fine touching.
It's nice because both are touch screens, both like fill out all sorts of, I mean, both are OLED. They look fantastic. But yeah, I'm not at the point yet with setup where it's like, I can boot it up and never touch Android. That's something that I think will come later once I figure everything out. That's
where my recommendation is. There's a retro Android launcher called Daijisho, Daijisho. That's what I installed on my Retroid Pocket 3 or my Retroid Pocket Flip, and that one does a really good job because it's very nice and easy to use. It looks great. It's easy to set up, and it also acts as a launcher, which means as long as everything's working correctly, it will boot directly into that interface. You can use that interface to launch Android apps if you need to, and set things up. And then ideally on one of those Android, emulators, you should never see Android, except for maybe the top status bar. And Daijisho did a very good job of making it easy. It looks great. You don't have to touch it a lot, except for like the initial ROM setup, but it'll auto scrape it and everything. So that's what I would recommend.
I'm also doing the cool thing. Great. This is down at the bottom is Pixel something, which loads in the text from GameFAQs, and it saves where you are.
That's nice.
And
that's good.
Like exactly where you are, and scrolls through stuff. So literally, you're like, oh, I want to load in a new thing. You go to GameFAQs, browse to the thing, and it goes, oh, GameFAQ detected, and you hit download. And
that's nice.
Yeah, it's great. I booted up Ocarina of Time. I didn't know there's an N64 version of the Master Quest, which like redoes all the dungeons and everything. So I was like, oh, I should play through that. So it's like a bit, it's a bit new.
Is that official? Because how would that have been done? Because the Master Quest was GameCube, right?
It was GameCube. I assume the GameCube version is just running a N64 ROM.
Oh,
so I think
somebody pulled that out.
It works on the N64. But yeah, it's good. It's fun. Yeah, it's neat. I like it a lot. I'm not 100% on it yet. Like I'm not, every time I pick it up, I'm tinkering. I'm not just picking it up and, hey, I want to play a game or something. It's still tinkering. But that's the fun part.
And I think that's one of the problems I have with Android on these emulators is that you will always tinker with it because something will always go weird. You'll always have to touch the screen at some point because even though these front ends are great, sometimes they will launch an emulator that is wonky and you have to touch the screen to get a menu to pop or whatever.
And for me, it's like, I'm not trying to push like, I have a PlayStation 2, I have a GameCube, I have all sorts of way to play these games, so I'm not. It's similar to when I look at like the most played games on Steam Deck, and I'm like, why would you want to play Fallout 4 on a Steam Deck? And then I'm like, oh wait, that's the only way some people are playing Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff like that where people are like, this emulator, blah blah blah, doesn't work with it. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not planning on playing that. And if I like most of these games, if I really want to sit down and play them, it's gonna be on the console that I accidentally start playing them on. So it might be this, it might be Xbox, it might be PC, it might be the physical stuff on here. So, but most of that's stuff that doesn't matter. I'm sad Xbox emulation isn't where it should be, but it sort of makes sense it isn't because it's not.
But, buddy, you can use Xbox Cloud on that device.
Yeah,
I did that.
I more meant
told you
original
I
Xbox
played
games.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like, I played like 5 to 10 minutes of Atomic Heart on my Retroid Pocket Flip because Xbox Cloud Gaming actually works pretty well, and it's just an Android app.
I gotta get that set up. I gotta get the Steam like Link stuff set up.
Steam Link works well. Running PC games on those handhelds, people say, "Oh, it works." I tried doing it, and I think I got 1 out of 3 games working, and it was a pain getting set up. So, I mean, you can try it, but don't believe people when they're like, "Oh yeah, you can totally natively install and run PC games on an Android now." It's not quite as pick up and play easy as you want it to be.
What is it, like Copium? Like, oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah, like exactly. I'm enjoying the 15 frames a second. I should see. I would love.
It took me 45 minutes to set it up and everything, and it's like, it's not worth it.
And it does that every single time. I wonder if Factorio would run on it. I should see that.
I think the key use case for that though is travel, because you've got a lot of travel coming up. That's your go-to now. You don't have to take your fucking Steam Deck, etc. Like that's perfect.
Yeah, like the road trip and stuff. It's definitely going to be that.
Yeah, but speaking of retro handhelds, I saw Anbernick announce the other day. I don't know if you saw this, but it is a Game Boy-esque device, but the top screen actually rotates 180 to cover the control buttons on the bottom. So it's like a square, and you rotate the screen up to become a Game Boy size. And it looks like a really nice, like 3.5 inch screen or something. And I was like, oh, that makes that Game Boy type format, but now pocketable.
Yeah,
but without doing the flip. And I was like, oh, that looks very good. It looks really nice.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that. I need to get of course, I Google like, oh, what's a good case for this? And all the results are like, I bought it because it's a clamshell and I don't think it needs a case. And I'm just like, motherfucker. Like, I don't need a case if I'm like, no, I know I'm throwing it in my backpack, but like if I'm gonna travel and I like want it in like my 3DS has a small hard case that's about the size of the 3DS. It's like if I want like something slim, just so like stuff doesn't get into this part or stuck in it or anything, you know. It's just like I want to find something.
Hey, we got the answer. I got the answer here. It's a Crown Royal bag. That's all you need. All right. Honestly, it probably would fit in that. Just go get a Crown Royal bag.
I might just buy like an older 3DS case, because this almost fits in my 3DS case. It's just this back rise kind of pinches a little bit. So I think if I can find a 3DS case that's a little bit thicker or wider, it might work. But again, I agree. It doesn't need a case, but I keep my 3DS in a case when I travel. Like,
I think for me, my travel backpack has a pocket that is like 4 inches wide by like 5 inches deep, and it's perfect for the emulators. If I didn't have that pocket, I would want a case for it.
Yeah,
but because I have like a nice dedicated pocket for that type of stuff, I usually don't need one.
I like organization, keeping stuff together. That's about it for the chit chat section. Actually no, I have RuneScape debt. My friend, who I'm gonna see in a couple weeks, messaged me a couple weeks, no, it's maybe like a couple months ago. He's like, hey, do you play RuneScape still? And I was like, I mean, occasionally, like I'll hop into RuneScape, like not as much as we did in 4th grade. And he was like, yeah, well, we made a bet in like 4th grade, and I said I would pay you in RuneScape, and I've never paid you. And I was like,
oh my God.
What? And so he said, not sure if you remember, but I owe you some gold. I said, no way. Oh, this is from June of last year. He said,
jeez.
I remember on the bus, maybe 2nd or 3rd grade, I had gotten a beret from the treasure trail, but was pronouncing beret wrong. I didn't believe you that you told me how to say it. I bet you gold I was right, but never paid you. He was probably saying Barrett, I assume.
That's pretty funny.
So we loaded it up the other day, and he paid it. And he gave me 1 million gold. I was like, this is way too much. He's like, I don't play anymore. You can have all this.
So now you got to turn around and give it to Chris from Save Date.
Yeah, exactly. So he can have all his gold. I just thought that was really funny. We used to play so much RuneScape. My friend would sleep over, and this only happened once because my parents, I think, got mad. But we woke up at like 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and we had 2 computers in our office. The one really nice, like the nicer one and the older one, and we both sat at those and played RuneScape from like 6 until my parents got up at like 9 or 10, and they were like, what are you guys doing? We're like, playing RuneScape. I got a girlfriend.
Should I tell you, I played about 2 hours of RuneScape a couple weeks ago, just trying to find games to play, but I played, okay, you're gonna have to help me out. I played the newer version of RuneScape, the one that like looks better and has quality of life. Because when I looked at it, people were like, if you're starting fresh, just play that one. Like, you don't need to go back.
Totally.
And I was enjoying it, but you know what was the thing that killed it for me? Was the fucking click to move. I was like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. And I looked it up, and people were like, it's part of the game, man. Can't do anything about it.
I
was like, fuck.
I forget about it every time. I forget.
Everything else was great.
And
can't
everything.
click.
I think that's the reason when I want to play an MMO, I go to World of Warcraft, because I can just walk around, do shit. I was talking to someone else about this. It's just like, it's so easy to play. It's fun to play. And I can like just get on there,
zone out a little bit.
Yeah, zone out, listen to podcasts.
If it's, you can't zone out with click to move, because you have to pay just a little bit more attention to clicking and moving as opposed to just WASD, you know? And I was like,
and
man.
it's the other problem is I played RuneScape and I didn't understand it a lot as a kid, where like I think like Chris and like other friends of mine knew what they were doing when they played RuneScape, so it's easier to get back into that. And that's me kind of with World of Warcraft. It's like I sort of more understand that.
You know what you're doing.
And I can turn off my brain. We talk about this all the time. I'm always in search of those types of games. I just hate putting in the work to make it a turn off the brain game. And I can't, like RimWorld for me is a turn off the brain. Factorio.
I wasn't planning on talking about it, but I started a new Factorio save and played like 25 hours over a couple days and then dropped it because I was like, I needed to turn off the brain. I needed to turn off the brain, listen to a podcast game. And I just started a new game at Factorio to do that. Cause like you said, I know how to do it and I'm just in it, you know, and that scratched the itch. I need a new podcast
game. I was at dinner. I was telling Vinny that I listened to the Nextlander podcast in the shower. And I'm like not caught up because like I only listen to like 15 minutes every day. And his wife turned to me and goes, sounds like you need to take longer showers. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the answer. I need to take longer showers.
I need to take 2-hour showers
2-hour-long showers
once a week.
It did help. I listened to like 3 episodes driving to and from Boston. And so I'm almost caught up, but I'm not quite there yet. No podcast.
I'm all caught up anymore. It turns out not having a job, but also having like when I work on the bathroom and do stuff, I just listen to podcasts in the earbuds the whole time. Between those two things, I keep catching up to all my weekly podcasts.
I'm pissed because
which is great.
I'm like, oh, I miss listening to like that Fall of Civilizations. I miss the Napoleon podcast. I miss I never started it, but there's that history podcast I keep getting Instagram reels of, and I was like, I wish I could listen to this. It's like, it's annoying. I don't know. I need to take time back, you know? Stop reading books and do. I haven't even painted in a month. I've had like 3 paintings I've planned, and you know what? I gotta talk to these fuckers about work now. You know, maybe I shouldn't have a job. It's the worst.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
God. Yeah, and now Grub, I was on that light gun stream, and I want to get that stupid light gun now because it seemed like so much fucking fun.
It looked cool, yeah.
And that's I love the pedal for that is like $250. And he was like, "Yeah, I might get the pedal. I might get the pedal." And someone goes, "It's $250 versus a $15 USB pedal." And he goes, "I might get a USB pedal."
I was about to say, it's just a switch tied to a USB.
I wanted to be like, put a mouse on the floor and just click it with your toe. Like it's gotta be the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's about it. That's the catch up on life for me. Do we want to do this plug now, or you want to do that at the end?
Yeah, let's do the plug now. Folks, we did have a little bit of an eventful week here at Subpixel. We invaded Iran, and we've achieved victory, but we haven't stopped though, even though we got there. No, folks, we launched a Patreon. This is something we've talked about for a while, but we said, fuck it, we'll do it live. And we launched a Patreon. And now look, let me get out in front of this, right? Our Patreon, it's going to be free. We're using our Patreon to basically put extra content that doesn't fit on our YouTube or Twitch channels. So like we've got a brand new newsletter up there that's going to come out every month. Will's got a nice essay on nostalgia gaming out there right now. Actually, I want to talk about this real quick because you didn't do this in the piece, but I was kind of doing it in my head as you were describing it. It's not really nostalgia gaming because these are games that you haven't ever played, but they are from your favorite era. And I feel like the term for that should be nostalgia gaming.
Oh,
right?
God damn it. Right? I was trying to think of something because I talked about like Fernwa, which I think is how you pronounce that. And I was trying to combine those. Nostalgia. That's so good.
Yeah, it's not perfect because you have to emphasize it when you say it, but I think in writing it would really hit.
Yeah.
So basically, great essay there. We've got a poll up. We're planning to do more content like that over and over again every month, every couple of weeks on the Patreon. So, and again, all of that's going to be free for everyone forever. So, go join the Patreon. There is a free tier, and that way you get notified when those posts happen, and you can vote in polls and do comments and things like that. Now, that being said, there are going to be some paid tiers on Patreon. These get you some extra things, not extra content, but things like, a shout out on a local chat. You'll be in the credits of the video. You get to pick every month. We'll have a benefactor's choice stream where you get to pick what we stream and who plays it. So there are extras if you want to give us money. And we are asking for money through our Patreon because turns out Pixelate, Extra Life, props and costumes for streams, video games, background costs like taxes, all that shit costs money.
It's true.
And I'm not going to say we're sick of paying for it because we still need to keep paying for it. And we do have ad revenue and stuff, but we like doing those big things. We want to keep doing those big things. We want to do even more of those big things. And we've got a brand new documentary in the works. And Patreon is a way for you guys to give us the money to make sure those things keep happening. So that's why we've launched the Patreon. Two big things there. It gives us a place to put written content and a newsletter, and it's a more permanent place to post things instead of just having it disappear in the Blue Sky or the Discord feed. But the other thing is that if you want to, it's a way for you guys to help us out, to give us some support for those big things like Extra Life. Extra Life is one of those things where we've gotten to the point where we raise about $2,000 a year for Extra Life for charity. But I think between all the money we spend on it and the equipment and everything, we also spend about $2,000 a year between all of us with travel and everything. But I mean, it's separate pools, right? The charity money goes directly to charity, but then there's about $2,000 out of our pocket just to make that event happen. So that's just an example of, we're going to keep doing that. But if we have a Patreon and you guys give us money month by month, it makes it easier for us to do that. And it also makes it possible for us to get even bigger and better. Maybe next year we'll have 5 microphones, maybe even 6. Maybe we'll have fuck, how many cameras do we have at Extra? We have at least 4. Maybe we'll get a 5th camera running at Extra Life. So yeah, check us out, patreon.com/subpixel. I would say if you're here, if you've heard this pitch, go join at least the free tier. So that way you at least get notified when we got new posts coming up. We just put up a roadmap 2 days ago for our first time, which tells you what's coming up over the next couple of months. So go sign up right now, mandatory, at least for free. But if you want to give us money, Give us some money. Come on.
What if we got money from you? Yeah, I'm excited. It was fun to write. It's fun to write. It's fun to write and not have to write for a video. I was like, oh, I'm just writing and then this can go up. And I was even like, oh, at some point, like, we could easily turn some of these pieces into videos. But it's like, it was just nice to be like, let's write this and like get it out. Because that nostalgia stuff was a video I've been wanting to make for a while. Because all those games I played, I saved a bunch of footage of them. I have like 15 hours of Rise of Legends on my computer. That game was so much fun to play. So sign up for our Patreon. I'm glad we got there was a moment where I was like, I hope Ian gets the /subpixel because like, and not the subpixel team. And I was like, oh, I was so happy you got the /subpixel. That those other fuckers can't take it. From 10 years ago. I don't know. Video games, folks. Video games. We've all played them. We've all eaten them. I'm not playing much. Resident Evil Requiem I'm still going through. I'm through the like first, I guess, half of the game, or I don't know how much time it is. There's like the whole like, I don't know, the mansion part of the game. Where you're stuck in a mansion. I'm out of that. I'm in Raccoon City now. And that's like a whole like open world. Raccoon City. And that's fun. It's like a different type of game. I'm more Leon stuff. It's funny, you get kills and earn points and then spend those points at the machine to like buy shit. It's wild. I am pissed. There's a section in the first half where you become Leon and it's like, oh, you're Leon in the mansion now, like go around and stuff. And so there was this little objective that I spawned next to, and I was like, oh, let me go to this objective. I'll like complete it, and then I'll do the rest of the mansion. And so I go to the objective, I complete it, and it cuts back to Grace. And I'm like, so I didn't get to go through the mansion at all with Leon. I was so mad.
Damn.
Thankfully, I still have a save, and the way we might have talked about this before, but the way the saves work is like if I go back to that save and do stuff with Leon and get the files and the raccoons, it counts the overall part of the game. Like that sort of stuff carries through the entire thing. So I won't have stuff I find there, but I'll be able to go back and like get items and files and stuff to like further to get those challenge points and stuff like that. And that's super fun, but it's a great game. I find the third person stuff way less scary. I don't know why. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I do know why. It's because I can see things. Stuff still surprises me and there's jump scares, but it's a much more pleasant game to play. And Raccoon City's cool. It's even like daytime, and then it's the same thing with which was scary about like Last of Us. It's like, yeah, maybe daytime outside, but as you get further inside buildings, it gets darker and darker, and you're just like, oh, this is fucked up. But it's good. That's Resident Evil Requiem. And then I don't think there's anything else I'm really playing. I beat Mini Shoot Adventures. There's like an arena mode at the end that I occasionally go back to and try to do that. That game's excellent. Highly recommend playing that. And then, nothing else. I've been installing stuff on my PC to play. I didn't realize someone uttered the words Tiberium Sun. And I was like, I should play those games. And those are, I guess EA released the files for those back in 2010. So there's a bunch of, it's not the open RA. It is a different thing that is like a Tiberium Sun client, and it's a modern version, so you can play through the campaign and everything.
Yeah, because so they released that at the same time as they announced the remake. I remember some weird thing where they did like a double announcement. They're like, hey, we're remaking or remastering these, but also here's the old game for free.
Yeah. So that's neat, and I've always wanted to play. I want to play more RTSs, especially after Rise of Legends. It was so much fun.
It's time, man. World in Conflict, so good.
I have so many because they always go on sale. I have so many RTS. Like I bought that original War. I think you told me about that, or maybe someone else did. And that's like sort of a modern one. I have like those homeworld games to play, and it's. And then, meanwhile, I'm like, what if I played some more Songs of Six? Because they like I think they sort of they didn't go 1.0, but they had a big update. And then what if I played more Heroes of Might and Magic? And it's just, there's so many games. Why am I buying new games? Never buy new games anymore. Just play old games. They're so good. If the gaming industry ended today, I'd be okay with that. There's so many games to play. And folks, it might be ending. $900. Ian Gibson.
Hi.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing new games.
Hell
bought
yeah.
a couple new games. I probably shouldn't, but I can't help myself. One of them is Berry. I'm going to spell this out for you. It's berry like the food, then it's berry like dig, and then it's berry like the food again. I heard about this on a podcast. I think it was... So I can't remember the name of the podcast. But anyways, they were talking about it. And the person who said they wanted to play it because it's one of the highest reviewed games. When it came out, like the launch week, it was one of the highest reviewed games on Steam. And
Wow.
it's we need to come up with a term for this. It's remember a game about digging a hole?
Mm-hmm.
That type of game where it's, couple hours. It's got a pretty simple mechanic, but it's just like building on it. Premise with this one is that you have a plant. The plant is growing berries every couple of seconds. You take the berry, you put it in a hole, and then the hole spits out money. And then you pick up the money.
Okay.
But pretty quickly, some mechanics starts building on each other. Like you can build a little, I think they're called berry buddies, which are these little guys that walk around and they also spit out berries. And then you can have stars that spawn randomly and you break the star, and that lets you use the stars to upgrade the berry buddies so they grow more expensive berries. You can make the hole bigger. One of the main mechanics is that you can move the hole, and if you move the hole around, then it starts to suck in the objects around the area, and that gives you money as well and different resources. So it starts to build on some mechanics. I think my total play time is maybe 5 or 6 hours. I played it all in one day because it's definitely an addictive type of game, and it builds on each other. It does a great job of here's a simple mechanic and we're building on it. I do think about 2/3 of the way through, though, it starts to wear thin. Like, for me, these games have to not just be enthralling the core mechanic, but they also have to constantly improve and evolve and get bigger and weirder and better, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, unfortunately, this game hits a point about 2/3 of the way through where it's like, that's all we got. Like, there's more to do here. And if you're going to beat the game, you have to keep doing this for a little bit longer. But we ran out of mechanics, and you're like, oh, okay. It's still an enjoyable time. If you're into those genres of games, definitely check this game out. I think I only paid $7 or $8 for it or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a solid time. It was just a little disappointing knowing how high the review score is that it petered out after about 2/3 of the way through. But I enjoyed all my time with it. So it's Berry. Still playing some Majora's Mask. I beat the 3rd temple last night. So I think I've got one more temple left. Trying to get this done before the 16th when Tamagotchi Life comes out, because that's going to be a new stream series for us.
Your Tamagotchi Life form is insane.
I know, but okay.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Home, I know, but the way you said it kind of makes sense too. So basically, I'll plug this. It's in our community Discord. I posted a survey. And the survey, the way we're doing our stream is, and the way Tamagotchi Life works is that as you're playing the game, you get to create Miis to come live on your island. And so I put out a survey that said, hey, community members, whoever, friends of the site, use this survey to create your Miis, either of yourself or anybody you want. And whenever I have to create a Mii in the game, I'm going to pull at random from this list. And I was like, how do I do this? Ideally, let's put the blame back on Nintendo. Ideally,
yes,
you can make your Mii either in a demo version of the game for free or online and get a QR code and share with me that QR code, and then I just have to scan the QR code. Ideally. Turns out Nintendo didn't want to do that. Now they did I was prescient. I was pretty sure they were going to do this. They did put out a demo which contains the full Mii maker. And so at that point, I was like, I know people are going to complain. People are either, if I don't put the whole fucking Mii maker into a survey, people are either going to send me partial information and get mad when they're like, I don't know, he looks old. And then I don't make it right. because they don't think it looks right, or they send me like you said, a screenshot, and then I have to spend 40 minutes trying to puzzle out what the screenshot is in terms of like what hairstyle is that or whatever. Because there's 240 hairstyles in this game. I counted them because what I did, folks, was I took like 100 screenshots of everything in the me maker. And then in Photoshop, I cropped those out and I made a survey. I don't know how many questions in the survey, but it's probably close to at least like 80 questions in this Google survey. That's literally like, here's all the hair colors. Which one do you want? A7. Here's all the bangs. Which one do you want? And so I made the entire survey. And I think last I checked the other day, like 4 or 5 people had filled it out already. So
nice.
I'm excited for it. It's just to go on a slight related tangent here. When you created Mii's in the Tamagotchi Life demo, did you try the create it for me button?
No, I didn't.
So I tried it. It's a bit of a surprise. So I'm not going to tell you who the Mii is that I made, but I was doing the demo and I got to the point where they were like, create your second Mii. And I was like, I just want to do this quick. So I clicked the button that's like, create the Mii for me. And it's actually pretty good. It takes you through like 10 questions. And some of them are just like the Mii maker, where it's just like, okay, are they tall? Are they tall or short? Are they wide or skinny? You know, but then other ones are like, how would you describe this person? Like, here's 10 face shapes. So it's like a truncated version of the main Mii maker, but in a way where you're doing this and you're like, there's no way this is going to give me enough options. But I got pretty much exactly the person that I needed that I was trying to make. So like, I think they did a really good job on that. I'd have to use it a couple more times, but I was trying to make a celebrity and I pretty much nailed that celebrity just using that little survey they've got in there. So yeah, that was a little wild.
You can, I assume you can edit it after the create for me.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing. And I think this is getting a little inside baseball, but for people who are looking to fill out that survey, I put this at the top of the survey. Once you've made a Mii, you can go in and click on that Mii in the game and edit that Mii anytime. But as part of editing, you also get all the way back to the full Mii creator. So if you have a Mii you've already made and you want to put it in the survey, just go edit that Mii and go through the survey at the same time as you go through the pages, and you can tell exactly which ones you picked. So it's not as easy as the QR code option, which would have been fantastic. Yeah. But it is an easy way for you to. You can literally use the demo to create the Mii you want to create and then use those results to fill out the survey. Because that's the one downside of the survey is as you're going through and picking these options, you can't see all those options stack up into a single Mii. Yeah.
It's the Mii creator was fun. I made Napoleon, which was very funny. He now goes bonjour every time he talks. Like we were trying to adjust it because I wanted him to go like bonjour. But it really wasn't doing the accent thing. So now it just sounds like he's saying bonjour, which is twice as funny now. So he says that every time he talks to people. I made him nice and short, contrary to historical accuracy. I'm sorry. And he came out confident, and he greets proudly, which is very funny.
Yes.
That's and great. Then he's really hitting it off with Karen, who she made herself, and that came out pretty well. And then my Mii's okay. My big problem is they don't have sideburn options. They have those one sideburns that go way too close. So I had to find a hairstyle that had sideburns, but then it's like it's a bit too much hair for me.
I mean, if you care about it that much, you probably should have just gone to the paint layer and painted on the sideburns.
I did, but I thought the paint layer is too flat, I feel like. But maybe I can adjust it.
It is
so flat. I don't quite look like myself, but it's funny. I'm so excited for this game to come out to add more. Like, I have a list of people I want, like RoboCop, John Matrix. I'm gonna add you, Kyle, and Jake, the Giant Bomb Boys.
Yeah,
like throw them all on the island, just see what happens. I'm seeing someone. I'm just looking at Discord. It has nothing to do with this, but I see the word Jar Jar and Palpatine. I'm like, what if I put Jar Jar and Palpatine on my island?
Yes.
There's so many good people.
It was just wild. Creating the survey made me really appreciate how many options they have in the Mii Maker, because even just there's, as part of the voice menu, there's I think it's called the tone, and there's 6 options.
Yes.
And they're just labeled 1 through 6. But in the survey, I had to describe them. And so I was trying to listen to them, and it's literally like, do you want flat sentence but end goes up, Or
Yes.
do you want flat
It's
sentence
so
but
crazy.
end goes down? Do you want wonky? Do you want like drunk? Do you want like I had to like describe each of the 6 tones, and I was like, wow, they really put some options.
We were
in
doing
here.
Karen and I were doing random, and we got one that was just like, I was just we were just dying.
That's great.
It's so funny.
Yes.
I for Napoleon, I got a little outfit that I hope they have a hat I can use, but I got him in a little gray pea coat and like white pants.
Yes.
He just like walks. It's so good. He does the
That's
news.
so good.
It's just
You gotta put Napoleon in the survey.
I'll plug him in. Yeah, it's good. Especially watching Tamagotchi Life stream that they've been doing. It's just like, like I love this. I don't wish they waited, but I'm excited if we do a season 2 with the bigger Tamagotchi Life, and check that out. And I feel like I've dropped Pocopia a bit, and not in a bad way, but like I feel like I played enough of Pocopia that I'm not that I'm excited to get back to it when I get back to it. You know, like I was just about to start a new region. Like it's always there for me, but I felt like I could move on. Like I know what that game, as you say, I know what that game is, and I'm excited for more of it, but I don't need more of it right now. Like this is a new, and these games are different. I'm just comparing them because they're more similar than other games, but I'm just excited to watch the Tamagotchi life happen.
I'm super excited for our stream because we're going to have all these Miis. They're going to be on the island. And I put this in the survey. It's not a hard requirement, but there's an option in the survey that says, which gender do you want to date? Male, female, or whatever. And I was like, you can pick what you want, but please choose all 3 because that will make the drama so much better.
Yeah.
And I can't. And I also have in the survey, you get to choose your Mii's interest, which are the ones where it's like, hello, do you want to talk about grapefruit, or however crazy it gets.
What
so
did
like,
you have your Mii's talk about?
Mine, I had to talk about. Okay, you know what? Nobody watches this, so I'm going to tell you the Mii I created using the simple because the demo carries over. Yeah. And nobody's really sure how this works yet, but I created myself, Ian as my first Mii. My second Mii I created using the simple maker was Joe Biden, and it turned out really well.
I'm so excited.
And so and there's like, what does Joe Biden want to talk about? And I was like, Catholicism. So he started talking about Catholicism with Ian, and they became best friends. And I was like, this game is going to be incredible because every time we have to make a Mii, I have to go to the survey and see what bullshit you guys put in here, and just seeing all the relationships that are going to develop. It's going to be fantastic.
Napoleon Karen first, and their hot topic was. Karen came up with this, was talking about sucking toes.
Sucking toes.
And I saved the whole interaction.
Oh my God.
It's just Napoleon going, do you want to talk about sucking toes?
Sucking toes?
I'm obsessed with sucking toes.
Yes. That's very funny.
Yeah, it was very funny. I'm so excited. I can't contain it.
Hell yeah.
Did you want to talk about that middle game?
Yes, I did buy a brand new game this morning and I started playing it. Like we talked about this a little bit, but you're on your little sicko RTS fringe, and I'm on a bit of a factory/city buildings thing, and I've been browsing around, and I bought Timberborn, which is a game that I was not aware of until a couple months ago. Came into early access a couple years ago, but it did hit 1.0 this year. It's very highly rated. People say this is a fantastic colony/city sim, but it's also got some automation and some factory stuff in there as well. I've only played about 45 minutes of it so far, but it's pretty good. It seems nice. You're like drawing paths and placing buildings and doing like resource management and like, oh, I built a forester, so he's going to plant trees in this area. But it also like lets you, there's like 6 types of trees, and it's like, do you want logs as fast as possible? Do you want them to grow slow but you get more logs? Do you want maple trees so that you get syrup as well as part of that industry? So I'm excited to dive into it. I do have a confession to make, which is that I bought this game as a little present to myself.
You deserve it.
I deserve a present. You know why I deserve a present, Will?
You got your penis cut off.
That's right. Fucking gonzo. No, today is the day that I finished the bathroom remodel. And I am so excited. Thank you. Thank you. It's been 9 months. It's been a lot of work.
You had a bathroom baby.
I had a bathroom baby. I'll put pictures up on the Discord and Twitter and Blue Sky today because it looks fucking fantastic. It came out great. Literally all I have left to do today is I have to put caulk around the base of the toilet. I have to mop the floor because it has a little bit of dust on it. And then I have to put the door back on the hinges because the door was off while I was working on the bathroom, and I repainted it.
Oh, that's smart. Taking the door off.
Oh yeah, because if you remember, my bathroom's small as shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I didn't even think about
like
that.
imagine it would have just been in the fucking way the whole time. But it needed to be painted too. It was like dirty and stuff. And then I just need to move things back in the bathroom, like the medicine cabinet stuff and things like that. But yeah, it turned out really, really nice. It's been a lot of learning. It's been a journey. It's been physical toll on my body. But it's now the fanciest fucking room in the house. It looks
hell yeah,
so good. I don't remember if I told you this, but my parents came over like 2 or 3 months ago, and they just needed to drop something off, but they were like, "Can we see the bathroom?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so they came in, they saw the bathroom, and it was about 2/3 of the way done, and they were like, "Oh my God!" And like they were not putting me on or anything. I could literally tell they were so shocked. They're like, the tile looks so good. And I was like, yeah, I got more to do. And they were just like, oh my God, it looks great. And I was like, and they were not exaggerating. And I was just like, yeah, it does. And that felt so good.
Well, they had such low expectations.
Probably, honestly. Yeah. Because I was like learning a lot of this as I was going. And the other time was every time I was giving them updates, I was like, had to put a new hole in the wall. Like just as an example. The tile was done, the trim was up, the wallpaper's up, and everything's up. And then I go to mount the vanity on the wall, and the vanity is a floating vanity, which means it's only attached to the wall like 3 feet up. And long story short, that means I had a box about 5 inches tall by like 16 inches wide where the plumbing had to come out of the wall. Because if it comes out below that, then it's visible. If it comes out above that, then it's above the counter. And I was looking at it and I was like, I have to cut a fucking 1 foot wide by 2 foot hole in this fucking wall. The bathroom is like 95% done, and I have to cut a giant fucking hole in the wall, redo all this plumbing, and then drywall it back and then paint it without fucking up all the tile and the trim and the wallpaper. So it was one of those things where it was like there were so many times I could have fucked it up, and it was just like never ending. But it's finally done. I have not.
Yay.
I've flushed the toilet, but I have not used my new toilet yet. But it may be too fancy because I didn't realize this until I plugged it in, but my toilet has a display on it. It has a little display, like if you're facing the toilet just beyond the lid, it has a little display with like a little, and it tells you the temperature of the bidet water and the temperature of the seat.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I just put it at high. So I think my bidet water's at like 135 degrees.
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, that's probably too hot, but we're just going to see what happens here.
Does it greet you and bow when you enter the bathroom?
It does not. I thought about that because there, I think for like $30 more, the next model up opens every time it texts you. But I didn't want to do that because if you remember, my bathroom is small as shit. So that means basically anytime you walk in the bathroom, anytime you get out of the shower, it would just be like, hey, what's up? It does. I did flush the toilet about 30 times yesterday, though. And here's why. Because it does have an auto flush. So every time you get up off the seat, it auto flushes for you. And so like installing, I'd be pressing down on the seat, and then I would like lean off the seat and it would flush. Or like when I was like installing the toilet roll holder, like the easiest way to do that was to like sit on the toilet and install it, and then I'd stand up and it would flush. So I'm pretty confident there's no leaks because it's flushed like 30 times with no leaks. But just one last thing, this fucking bathroom has been like punching me in the nuts since day one all the way up until yesterday, and hopefully no nut punches today on the final day.
Hopefully.
Yesterday I go to install the toilet. Have you ever installed a toilet before?
Maybe. I've done enough toilet stuff to know about installing a toilet.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. I'm just gonna let that one go. But yeah, so basically the idea is like you got a hole in the ground and there's a wax ring, and you have to lift the toilet up and put it on top of that. And that's kind of the annoying part. Most normal toilets, that's not that hard because the toilet weighs maybe 80 pounds total, but it's also in two parts. So you can like split it up and put just the bottom part and then put the top part on and bolt it together. Unfortunately, my toilet weighs like 100 pounds. And 100 pounds is a lot. I can lift 100 pounds, but also think about this is a toilet that has smooth sides on the outside. So it's hard to grip it. I basically had to grip it from the inside of the bowl.
Hot.
The other problem is it's back heavy. So if I tried to lift it from just inside the bowl, it wouldn't lift the whole thing. It would just tilt. Yeah. So I had to reach around the back of it and grab underneath the back of it.
Reach around.
Okay, but now I had to reach around the toilet to lift it up. But then here's the problem, Will, right? So at this point, I have the toilet. It's about 3 feet away from where it needs to go. So I need to move it. I need to pick it up about 5 inches off the ground, move it 3 feet and drop it. But the problem is when I drop it, it's going to be 3/4 inches from the back wall, which is too tight for my hand. So I know if I pick it up and try and place it, I'm just going to pinch my fucking hand while trying to drop this toilet. And then I'm never going to get the hand back. I'm going to have to live in there, you know? So I literally just spent 25 minutes just looking at it and being like, you fucking piece of shit, you goddamn asshole. Because the only other option I have is to call my dad and have him come over. And then we have to both lean over this toilet, kiss, and lift it into place, you know,
You have to
in
do
this
all
tiny
those
little
things.
alcove. Yeah. And I can't invite my parents over before the ribbon cutting ceremony. You know, at this point, they're not allowed to see the bathroom anymore. Right.
Mm-hmm. There's
So
laws.
finally, I was like, what if I build a handle? So I went in the garage for like 30 minutes and I literally built this handle out of scrap wood. That's like, it was a 1x4, 16 inches long. And then on the bottom of it are like 3 pieces of wood sandwiched to make like a U shape. And so it slides in the back of the toilet just enough to lift it up, move it in place, and then like slide it down and puzzle piece it out.
Yeah.
And when I did that and the toilet sat, I was like, I'm done. Because that was like lifting that toilet I'd been dreading literally since the beginning of the project. Was like, how the fuck am I going to lift this 100-pound toilet into place? But it worked. And it was just like endless fucking problems. So yeah, it's done. I'm excited for you guys to see it. I'll paste some pictures. It's very fancy. Just one final thing on top of everything.
Uh-oh. Cherry.
I'm sure you have this with projects as well. One of the big steps I did with this project, one of the big challenges was interior design and decoration, which is something I don't have a lot of experience with, and I'm usually too lazy to do it. But with this, like, I designed the entire bathroom, and there were so many like design choices and like, oh, what type of wallpaper do I get? Like, what type of vanity? Like, what stone or what tile should I get? And that's a big like step, is like, oh, I installed the tile properly. Unfortunately, it's ugly as fuck and it doesn't match with anything, you know. And I am so proud of myself because this bathroom looks fucking incredible. And I'm so happy, like, not just in terms of like the material installation, but also the design and look of it looks very, very good. So I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I'm excited to take a shit in it.
Hell yeah.
I guess I can take a shit in it today.
You gotta record it.
I know, I haven't tested the bidet yet. So yeah, I'm excited. I should record it. No, I'm not gonna record it. So yeah, I just wanted to brag for about 40 minutes there.
It's
The
okay.
bathroom's finally
So this
done.
is,
Holy
and this
shit.
is all inside of Timberborn. You can do this.
Yeah, it took a while. I've been playing Timberborn for 9 months now to build this bathroom, but the beavers are
That's
happy.
exciting.
Yeah. The beavers are happy.
I'm sorry, plural.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm excited for that. Yeah, to go all the way back, Timberborn, I've been following for a long time. I've always wanted to play it, and it wasn't until like yesterday or the day before, or no, I was listening to the Planorama in the shower, and I didn't know Timberborn had hit 1.0. I've been waiting for the 1.0 because people always talk about it. And then that Whiskerwood game is out because, you know me, at heart, I'm a city builder.
Sicko.
See, I'm a city builder, then factory, and I feel like you're a factory, then a city builder.
Yeah.
If we were to combine the personalities. So I've been wanting to play it. So I'm excited to hear more about it if you play more. Yeah, Timberborn. Bathroom. I'm excited to take a shit in your bathroom.
Yeah, you can come on down now.
have the toilet jerk me off. I'm really excited about that. Oh, Konnichiwa.
Would you buy a toilet? No, I don't need a toilet that jerks me out. That's not the right place.
Because that's a cleaning thing. Poop. Like if I get that, you're gonna get a handy 2.0.
Handy 2.0. Now, if they just put like it's kind of like a built-in, like you put a hole in the wall in your bathroom and then you put it in there.
Yeah, it's like the Doritos cleaner where you put your finger through the wall.
We got to get off this topic because
what?
we got to get off.
Yeah, too many memories. That's it for the game talk. We've got some content call out here that I think I put all. You might have put that last one in. The first one is Dorf, DORF on Kickstarter. This is an old school RTS, real-time strategic. What does that say? Something. RTS game. They are on Kickstarter. This game just has a really good look. It's old school, kind of modern, what we were talking about, Command and Conquer, Red Alert sort of graphics, 3D graphics with destruction. I have personally backed this for I think it was like $40 or something for the digital. They're at almost $200,000 out of 85,000. As with all Kickstarters, you're kind of making a bet that they're going to make the game, but what they've shown seems like a lot done, and it just seems exciting. I'm more of I think I'll play this game for sure when it comes out, but I'm more of just backing this because I think it looks cool and I like people who make cool things. And they have all these GIFs on here for all this stuff, and it just looks like so much fun. It's got a great look. So go check that out. It's Dorf, DORF, with periods in between it. But
did they say what the Dorf stands for?
I don't. Ow, my butt. I don't know. Do they say what the? Oh wait, I don't think so. I'm looking here. No, I don't think so.
No.
Maybe. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. That's the $1 million goal. They reveal what Dorf stands for. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's got to have some funny storyline thing part of it. But it looks like a lot of fun. The other content call out I have is Distribute Trains, which I was going to message this to you, but I figured we'd talk about it on local chat. This is
I saw it a week ago when you put it in here. I was like, oh this looks like a me game.
It's like a TTD. I hesitate to use the word roguelike, but it is a goal-oriented, challenging, fast-paced
scenario.
Experience. Yeah, scenarios is more what I mean. So you're basically doing the TTD stuff, but quickly and trying to do scenarios. This is on itch.io. I'll put all these links in the description of the episode. But yeah, this looks like someone not modernized, but like made their own version of TTD with an interesting gimmick. I still haven't played TTD, but
great.
I kind of want to just play this. This looks like a lot of fun. It's only $8. Sorry, it's $8.03. So get those. Yeah. Get your wallets.
I'll play this eventually, but I've just been playing OpenTTD recently, so I'm like, I need a little bit more space until next time I get that train itch. I'm coming to this one.
I need to, Ian. You need to vibe code me. I guess I could tie it into my Notion, but.
Done. I already did it. Check Discord.
Oh my god, it's there. It's all the nude photos of you I wanted. No, I want based off my brainwave activity, the ranking of the game I want to play next on a monitor. So it's constantly shifting to the number one spot. So right now it's OpenTTD, but in a couple hours it'll be Timberborn 1.0 or Songs of Six, depending on what I've seen on my computer.
So that's how the TikTok algorithm is basically I need to know everything you're looking at and how long you look at it, and then from there I can tell you what you want to do. I mean, it's totally possible, but I don't think we should actually do this.
No, absolutely not. But I was thinking I would love a monitor.
Okay, wait, sorry, real quick. I was looking on Steam the other day, and you know how they have like the discovery queue where they're like, "Hey, we think you would like these games." We could do a version of that, but it's like a Rorschach test where it's like we're gonna show you pictures. We're gonna show you 100 pictures, 1 second each. We're gonna measure your brain waves and your eye motion, and from that, we're gonna say, "Here's the game you want to play." That actually would not be that hard to do.
Always a hentai game.
Every time you see a train, or your blood pressure spikes. So there we go.
I got to do my favorite bit in the Discord, which was someone posted a picture of an anime, and they're like, "Oh, what's this from?" And David's like, "Unfortunately, it's from a hentai." And I replied like, "Ah, oh, darn it! Can you tell me the name of it so I can put it on my block list? Like, I really don't. I don't want to ever fall into it, you know." He did not tell me the name of it, folks. So I have to Google it. Anyways, Ian, the final content call out here. You want to hit that?
Yes, this we talked about this when it was first announced, the Trash Can Edition, but Realis, which is a tabletop RPG by Austin Walker of Giant Bomb fame, is although this says Tyler Crumrine.
I think someone else is running. I think legally it has to be the name of the person running the campaign.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so this is Austin Walker from Giant Bomb and Waypoint fame, and Friends at the Table. He has created his own tabletop RPG system called Realis. I got to slow down. I'm fucking it up over here. I got to stop drinking this early, or I need to start drinking earlier.
Drinking more.
I can't remember which. Did you listen to Nextlander did a great episode where they played?
I didn't. I need to. It looks like fun.
We should bring back tabletop RGB, and if we do, when we do, Realis needs to be it. I'm going to do a terrible job of explaining this, but what makes Realis different is essentially that this is a place where the setting is a place where there's 1,000 different moons, and I forget why that happens, but essentially each moon can be its own little setting, its own little weird little technology place or fantasy place. And then your character, essentially their powers or their skills are based around sentences which describe themselves, positively or negatively. So for example, like, I always get the job done. So, if you get into a scenario where it's like, oh, in order to escape this trap, you've got to cut your arm off, the DM can kind of twist that against you and be like, you always get the job done. So that means you got to cut your arm off, or you could be like, of course I'm going to succeed in this role because I always get the job done. And then there's a way to like power up your sentences, etc. So it's a really cool way to build a system around core character tenets and traits instead of just numbers and abilities that can sometimes be emotionless. They can encourage storytelling, but they don't force storytelling. Whereas Realis feels like it is a story first mechanics system. So it seems really cool. It sounds like it runs really well. The Kickstarter is now up here, and they've got a hardback book, I believe is I'll check real quick because I do need to back
$50. I did back the $50.
Yeah, $50 for the Realis hardcover plus PDF. One of the things I really love about this is that Austin went out and got a lot of artists that he loves to make artwork for this. So this book is full of just incredible artwork. It's not just text describing the system, which is also very well written, but it's got a lot of fantastic artwork. So yeah, we should get this.
Is so attractive. I mean, it's a digital mock-up right now, subject to change, but it's kind of what they're going for, and it's just like one of those Barnes and Noble classics reprints, but like on a hotter level,
like the faux leather.
It looks awesome.
It looks great.
And I was like, $50 for this? Like, hell yeah. I was expecting it to be more. So I went and backed that immediately. Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. They have links to that Nextlander playthrough on here to see it in action. I've been meaning to watch that. It's been sitting in my like watch later stuff for a long time.
So this
seems like a lot of fun.
It's already hit its target. You got 27 days left to back it, and the release date is currently November of 2026. There is that ash can edition. Ash can? It's ash can.
Yeah, ash can. You said trash can, and I was like, that's not right, but I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So this will be out in November, and I think we should try and do
I'm 100%
a play of this when it comes out. Yeah. So that's Realis, Realis, a new tabletop role playing game by Austin Walker, available on Kickstarter now.
Yeah, this is great. I'm so excited. That's it for the episode, and that's it for the episode. So the episode is over. Clint, thanks for being here. Really excited that you could hang out. Strong silent type.
Yeah, if you could just stop eating the Cheez-Its so loudly, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, God. Let me hit the outro button. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Will Crosby. That's been Ian Gibson. That's been Clint Eastwood. We will be back tomorrow. What's today? Friday? We'll be back Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern with some Sunday shmups. That'll be a lot of fun. And then next week we have more sweet, sweet content for you. What else is going on, Ian? Not much. I'm tired.
Patreon.com/subpixel. Yes. Check it out.
Patreon.com/subpixel. Go support us. It's free. Everything's free. If you want some add-ons, you can give us money, but everything is free. Go there and do it. Read my nostalgia thing. That's such a good word. Yeah, that's all the content. You've been enjoying Majora's Mask. Sunday Shmup should be fun. Jake's got some cool stuff inside for us, in store for us. I want to play more Marathon. That's unfortunately been fun. But we'll see y'all next time. Bye, folks.
Bye.